1. Ready. Hey, what's up, Nomad Nation? Welcome back to another episode of the Nomad Gamers podcast. Last week was a little, last Saturday? Last Saturday was a little bit different. I didn't show up.
No, you did not.
I did not. Thank you, Sweet Kitty Pie, for coming in my, damn. Thank you
Filling in.
for relieving my position. I know, but for some reason my brain still trying to think of words, and I just had a brain fart. But thank you for relieving my position. Thank you to Zanar Crossrider for being the special guest as well. So we kept it to 3 people. Chungus just wasn't talking to himself.
Yeah, I can do that though.
Chungus really didn't get to talk that much last time.
Yeah, I kind of was.
For a change.
I kind of was brought in on what was talked about. But with that being said, let's jump into this, shall we? For those who are watching on Facebook, thank you guys for watching us on there. We still need the follows, we still need the likes, we still need to hit 100 before we can live stream to Facebook. Please, please, please continue on doing that, will ya? For those who are watching on my socials, that be TikTok, Instagram, Kick, Twitch. Thank you for following me, or thank you for watching me on there. Thank you for the exposure on there. If you like what you see, hit the like, hit the follow button, share it with your friends, family, anybody you can think of that might enjoy hearing us talk about video games and everything that involves it. Do that. We really need the exposure, and we really do appreciate you that way. Am I missing anything? What am I missing?
The red app, the red stuff, the red thing.
YouTube?
If you're watching us on YouTube, like and subscribe. That way you can catch us in our podcast world every week.
Hey, I haven't done the intro in a bit. So I'm sorry. Special cameo by the dog.
Easy here.
But that being said, so I know I kind of talked about it a bit, but you guys want to fill me in on what happened?
What do you mean?
Saturday?
It just basically went off the rails, like every
episode.
Yeah. Like every episode, but it was mainly Zanar and I back and forth, and DJ falling out of his chair laughing.
Who?
Don't worry, it'll get cut.
It was basically just Zanar and I laughing back and forth, and Chungus falling out of his seat.
Oh. There's one thing I do want to bring, and for some reason, this was like the worst time for me not be able to join because there was so much happening within the gaming world. Because
all right, well, let's start your list. Why not?
So, one, I gotta give a indie devs. I feel like indie games are making a huge comeback, and like indie devs and indie games are like bringing shame to what the AAA developers are doing right now.
Fun fact: they always have been. You were just secluded because you weren't on PC. That's the thing. Here's the difference.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah.
But I mean, if you really want to get technical, one of the best games of last year was Stray, which was an indie dev. So
2 years ago.
Oh, 2 years ago.
Came out in what, 22? Right, Chungus?
22? That would have been 2 years ago.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, but like right now you've got games like Lethal Company, Schedule 1,
Me too.
that are doing so much better than these AAA games. Oh god. Why am I'm blanking on just the 2 right now, but I know there's a lot more out there.
I mean, are you talking about like this year specifically, or
no,
just
like,
last year?
just like overall the like new indie games that have been more popular than AAA
Well, we
titles
have
that have come out.
like Citizen Sleeper, Hades, Slay the Spire, Hollow Knight, Silk Song, Balatro is an indie game.
Balatro is an
Um,
indie game.
hmm
Oh wow.
I mean, that's my point. It's like they're just killing it right now.
Right, and that's like they're and like oh Helldivers is another indie game technically.
Yeah, it is technically. It has the backing of a AAA studio, i.e., the publisher. But other than that, you know, the devs themselves, I mean, small 200-person team.
Mm-hmm.
So
I
it's
mean,
not like in the traditional sense of an indie title, but it can be considered it.
but I mean,
Let's be real. What is one of the biggest indie titles out there?
Balatro.
considering it won Game of the Year this year.
Yeah. Oh, last year. Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
overall.
Year 24.
yeah, it won Game of the Year in 24. But again, you know, I love the fact that we're getting all these new indie games, and I hope, and this is a big hope because I know it's not going to happen, but I hope with these indie games are just sweeping the floor with these AAA games that they go back to these AAA developers go back to the drawing board and say, hey, look, we have to change something, otherwise we're gonna keep losing players. But again, looking at the fact of you've got these loyal fans that are gonna follow a game into the ground and keep having a consistent fan base because of it.
Yeah.
Hold one. Time for a cutscene. Weasley here. Get in here and lay your ass down. Avy, I gotta close the gate to keep your brother out of there. Watch out. Watch out, buddy. All right, that should stop some woofing. Let's wait for my camera to recenter. Okay.
You're good. But I mean, what is your guys' take on it? Because I feel like isn't Adamfall a indie as well?
I don't believe so. Because again, indie it means like self-published.
But you guys are forgetting a game that I know everybody plays that's on this screen. Everybody. You're forgetting a game that has stood the test of time that is an indie game.
What game is that?
Minecraft.
Minecraft.
But it's not anymore. It's
It's
not
not.
considered an indie
No, it's
title
not.
anymore. It
No.
was.
It's
It
That's
not
was.
considered, but when it launched, it was a one person show
Yeah,
in
it was.
2009.
And
But that's how, I mean, Minecraft may not now be indie, but that's
it hasn't been an indie title since 2012. Once
no.
once once Xbox got a hold of it.
Yeah,
yes,
It's,
but without becoming an indie title and without having that one person publish it, we wouldn't have Minecraft. We
no,
wouldn't
we wouldn't.
have something that, I mean,
I mean, yeah, you've got a point there, but again, it without with and I see your point of saying without that one person Minecraft wouldn't have started, but at the
I
same
mean,
time it's
what other games have started out ooh, excuse me. What other games have started out independent and moved into a conglomerate?
technically that would be games like Halo.
Okay.
Started out with Bungie, but I believe that's the first Halo. But then they went on to, with Microsoft and
mhm.
shaboom
Okay. So then
shebang.
but um with Minecraft, did they actually sell to a developer like Halo did? Or is it something that just kind of evolved into something bigger because of
No, they not
it?
sold the rights to
Yeah.
Minecraft to
Yeah.
Microsoft in 2012. He became a billionaire
He became
from
Well,
that
billion
one.
he,
Yeah,
yeah.
$4 billion, I believe it was. Is it two or four?
He because he was with Mojang and then Mojang sold the rights to Minecraft to Microsoft.
okay.
But they were still kind of a team on Minecraft, but they didn't have the controlling rights to Minecraft. Mojang was calling the, or Microsoft was calling the shots by then.
Oh, sorry, 2.5 million.
2.5 million. Okay.
And he sold it in 2014. That's my bet, not 2012.
So he ran an independent game for 5 years and upgraded it, continued to
But
develop it.
it wasn't just him, but his
No, it
team
was
No,
in
I the
motion. Yeah.
right. But I mean, it was a continuously developed game up until 2014 when it got sold.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then yeah, I will agree with you on that. Minecraft did it was a great stepping stone for indie games, but at the same time, a lot has changed from
Because I do remember my kids started playing Minecraft 2010, 2011.
I started playing Minecraft. I didn't play console or PC Minecraft. I played Pocket Edition Minecraft. Back when you had to have the
Yeah.
Nether generator, Pocket Edition, and that was 2013, 2014. I know it was before I hit high school.
Yeah, because I
I
mean,
do
console
know
editions came out in 2012,
I do know
so the
it
Pocket
was
Edition
so
was.
popular back then that I had said no to my child getting Minecraft, so he went to his grandmother instead to get Minecraft and got her to get it for him.
Yeah, it was also cost. It was also $6.99 and or 6.99, $7.99, something like that. And I didn't.
It's never been an expensive game.
No,
And to be completely honest, I didn't start playing until COVID, and I had always been the person on Minecraft.
you and
And
Godfather both.
once once the world shut down, my best friend actually bought me a PlayStation gift card and said, "No, go buy it. We've got nothing else better to do than play Minecraft now." So we did.
Yeah, and there's a lot like, and we've all the three of us we've all had a Minecraft world open for 4 years now.
Yeah, we this was actually something we kind of touched on the last one, talking about the evolution of that server and how it has just become massive.
I'm still upset at the fact that my battleship is lopsided.
Come fix it.
Maybe if you got to count everything out,
Shut up,
do it
Chungus.
correctly.
Hold on. You realize I'm gonna have to take the time to dismantle the half. I had to fully dismantle both the deck and the mast and
I'm pretty sure you and I discussed this to the point of you were complaining about this to me one time, and I said, fix it over the top of it so you don't have to deal with the water and then go back to it and then take down the back. I mean,
Yeah.
it's not going to be as hard and as arduous as what you are thinking it's going to
I
be,
need to figure
because
out what console commands are.
you are um you are not having to deal with the water. If you do
The
it
water.
right, if you go right over the top of what is messed up, you won't have to deal with the water.
I'm not worried about the water. That's not what I'm worried about. It's just the whole. I had to tear down and rebuild the hole so many times because yes, I did mess it up. I thought I finally had it fixed, but I didn't. And so I'll get to it. I'll get to it eventually.
Every single builder in Minecraft has had this happen to them. And they either go on it, like, you haven't played on the server in I don't know how long because of this. You gonna let it beat you?
Yes.
Are you gonna let a virtual
Yes.
boat beat you?
Yes.
Correct.
Correct. Considering this virtual boat is almost 500 blocks long and about, I want to say 70 blocks wide.
It shows up on the map quite distinctively.
Yes, it does. But moving on, I want to talk about Schedule 1 real quick. The game that has kind of taken the internet by storm. So, did you hear that it's being sued right now?
Yeah, copyright infringement by the other prominent, quote unquote prominent, drug dealing simulator out there.
By
GTA 5?
no,
No,
by
it's literally called drug
yeah,
dealing
it's
simulator
literally called Drug Dealing Simulator.
or dealer, whatever, whichever variation.
Drug Dealer,
DDS.
yeah, DDS. And have you seen the review bomb that's been going on Steam for it now?
Yes, I have.
That's like, I will say that that brings joy to me because like, how do you get, how can you copyright something like that? How can you copyright a drug dealing simulator game kind of like that and say that it took that Schedule 1 took mechanics from your game even though how can you like not overlap that? You
Well,
grow your own product, you
the issue is more so elements from drug dealer simulator, more specifically, because you can
I'm
have a drug dealing simulator with no weapons or anything like that. So I think that's maybe where they're trying to claim, but it's more so. I believe it's more so assets more than anything right now. But I believe that might fall under due to the fact that I think Drug Dealer Simulator DDS used free to use assets, so like anybody could use them.
well, then that has no copyright infringement capabilities. If they used if they
and
used if they used copyright zero merchandise, then it's copyright zero. CC0 CC0. There's no going back on, oh, we found this online. Somebody else wrote it. We don't have anything to do, but now we're going to copyright it. I don't think you can do
and it's
that.
like I will say just because I did a little bit of my homework because I did look at some of the DDS gameplay. It is kind of similar in a sense, but Schedule 1 does it a lot better. A
I'm
lot better.
fairly certain that drug dealer simulation games have been around since I was in high school. I'm fairly certain that I had one programmed onto my TI-83 calculator in 1998. So I'm not seeing where there might be a leg to stand on saying that this is proprietary.
I just I just they didn't have a problem with it, and I'd never heard of drug. And the other thing is, I've never heard of Drug Dealer Simulator until I heard that they were suing Schedule 1.
Well, and that's because Drug Dealer Simulator never took off. Schedule 1 did. So Drug Dealer Simulator wants their piece of the pie to be like, oh, it's me. I'm the one that came up with this game. You copied it off me, and now you're doing so much better than I am. I mean, unless it's blatant, like some shit like Flappy Bird, I don't I don't understand.
No, your camera's wigging out.
It's yeah.
I mean,
Let me
again,
adjust and see if I can.
it just it ceases to amaze me um how much corporate greed can take over when it comes to video games.
Yeah, people get very snippy about it. I don't want to like detract from this real quick, and I just it's a few days old, at this point. It's
Let me restart here in just a second. Hold on, I'm gonna try something.
Camera keeps wigging out.
I'm just gonna pause it
Oh,
until
oh, excuse me. Sorry. Sorry for those online who are. Oh,
I
I
you didn't even
haven't even.
start. You didn't start, did you? Reading the
No,
comments?
no, I have not even started reading the comments, if there are any.
Are there?
I'm looking. Hold on. Mm, says we got one on Twitch, but I'm not seeing if there's anybody commenting right now. Yeah, I totally forgot to have my phone out. Hey, look, I just waking up. Eepy, leave me alone. Oh, there's a TOS update for Twitch.
Hey, Fireball, can you send me the link in text message? Or no, I can just do that myself. Never mind.
Oh, that's the other one that I was thinking of. Repo.
Yeah, I mean, see, the thing is, that's what the whole point of like. Oh, well, fuck. We'll wait. We're paused right now. We'll wait.
Or are you like readjusting on the iPad or something?
Well, I'm trying to. I was gonna go over to my computer, see if that works. All right, I got it.
You got it.
I'm gonna leave for just. Bye.
Oh, look who it is.
Nope, time to get canceled.
Time to get canceled. Okay. What's
Oh,
up, gentlemen?
Hey, we're live, but we're not recording currently because we're waiting on Sweet Kitty Pie to fix her tech stuff. What are you chowing right now?
No, I'm at a restaurant.
So yes.
yes.
What?
I said, are you chowing right now?
Yes.
Is it me or has Godfather gotten a couple shades darker?
He's gotten redder, that's for sure.
So what's Kitty Pie doing?
Switching to her laptop.
Oh,
Mel's Diner at the finest. Is that where
who
you're
said
at?
that?
Sweet Kitty. She just texted it.
Yeah, I'm at Mel's Diner.
Her camera's not showing up.
Okay.
Better.
Oh, there she is.
Just so she can hear.
So who's bringing us in tonight? Because I can't stay that long.
We're already started.
We're already like 20 minutes in.
Yeah.
Oh, you're already recording?
Yeah, we were
just
just
had to
waiting
pause
for
because
Sweet
of
Kitty
her.
Pie to come back. Yeah.
Oh.
So if you want to, I think we're ready. So we're going to start it back up, and you can say hello to everybody. Surprise guest, surprise visit. So here we go.
Yeah, go for it.
Somebody joined us.
Look who joined!
Yeah.
Hey, what is up, Nomad Nation?
A
I
quick
told you guys.
cameo.
Say what?
A quick cameo.
Yeah. It was unplanned, but I happened to be sitting down for dinner, and I know that my favorite gnomes are doing what we do best, so I decided to jump in and see what was going on.
Yeah, we're talking about dealing drugs.
Yeah, we're talking about dealing
In a video
drugs
game.
right
In a
now.
video game. In a video game. In a video game.
In a
Video game. In a video game.
Okay, which one?
Schedule one.
You know, I read something about that today. Something about they are investigating another game, or they're being investigated.
Yep.
Okay. Yep.
Yeah, that's actually what we were discussing when my camera decided to lose its ever-loving mind.
Yeah.
Oh. Well, hey, so gentlemen, I am going to be home very soon. Uh, we're about halfway through my departure. So, starting in, what is it, 3 weeks?
Hmm.
Yeah, I think it's about 3 weeks right now. I will be back, and we will be doing what we do best.
Oh yeah. Oh
Hey,
yeah.
Fireball.
What's up?
He's looking at the comments.
Hey,
I
well,
got
that's the
somebody.
first. The other
I
night
got
I was.
I got somebody spamming
He can hear you.
something about please send money to Africa, guys. Kids are starving in my YouTube chat.
Yeah, they are starving. I've already been to Africa. I don't want to go back.
Twice.
Anyways, it's gonna get loud in here. So, with that, I'll be back in about 3 weeks, and we will be back to our normal shenanigans on the Nomad Gamers, and I'll be back in my beloved Shire. But until then, guys, keep gaming hard, and I'll be back as soon as I can. So, with that, peace and love. Godfather's out the door.
If I just did remove
What if you just didn't remove him?
him. He just oh goodness. I got fixed. There we go.
You funny man. Funny man.
Funny man.
So you can cut this part. So when I was trying to link up on the laptop, I sent the link to him, not thinking he would ever pop in.
He just
So
had time.
when I pulled up StreamYard and he was there, I was like, well, my spot's been taken for a few minutes.
It was good. It's good to see him pop in every now and then.
Hold on, I gotta do something real quick.
Oh my god, I'm gonna start beating people. What do you have to do?
Well, I'm no longer doing this, so
Yeah.
that's good.
I'm just gonna take that off screen for now.
What's up?
Just the whole I can't get the
Ban him.
I did, but their comments won't disappear from the stream, so I just took the comments off stream.
No, leave him
No,
on
leave
stream.
them.
That's
I mean,
fine.
it doesn't matter. Kids have been starving in Africa for as long as I can remember. I used to have those commercials on TV when I was little.
But back to schedule 1 though. I mean, it's I think I have currently I have I want to say maybe almost 50 hours in it already.
Yeah. So again, if you're using the adage of $1 per hour, you've gotten your money invested thoroughly. Like return on an investment, man.
Yeah, of course. And with them they have a roadmap for updates for it
The
as
updates.
well.
Oh yeah,
Oh
they're
yeah,
adding
it's
other
great.
substances and other areas and other weaponry and things like that. It's gonna be good.
It's
It's
so
it's
funny
it's
because
genuinely just a fun. It's a fun game to just like BS in. It's one of those games.
especially the names of the strains you can come up with or the
Well, you can
random just
name it anything.
randomly
Yeah.
generated names that they have for it is great. I think my best one that has ever come up was Strawberry Ass
Okay. Oh
Blaster.
right.
Yeah,
Moving on
yeah,
from
it's like
that.
it's
I
Your
I
next topic on your
legitimately
list that you wanted to get to on Saturday and go.
the
I wanted
next
to bring
topic.
up real quick
Okay.
because I was going to bring it up beforehand. So Elon Musk tried to prove he's a real gamer by streaming Path of Exile 2 while he's on his private jet. But people kept trolling him in chat, and he died in the tutorial boss and ended the stream. He got clowned on so fast by gamers and then died in the tutorial and was like,
Hold on.
all right, never mind.
Hold on. That sounds like that would be a good segment to try to do. I want to see who could beat it first. I want to see who'll beat Elden Ring first. Kai Cenat, Elon Musk.
I would say Kai. At least
Mm,
Kai plays games more regularly,
I don't know. Dying
He's bad.
70,
Trust me, I've seen
70
him
to
play.
100
He's really
times on the
bad.
first on the first boss. I don't know. It
Yeah,
seems
see
like
the thing is the difference between a FromSoft boss and like the Path of Exile 2 boss is that one's actually difficult.
still. I think there needs to be a wager match there. Give Kai Cenat, like say if Kai won, give him like a quarter stake in X or something like Put the money where his
That's
mouth
a
is.
lot.
Put the money where his mouth is. It'd be a great
Bruh, my
wager, man.
So
guy.
I
That's
just want to
what,
state
that's like
here's
a
I'm
couple
gonna read
million
off
dollars.
one of the lines people were trolling with. Elon, it's me, Ashley St. Clair. I have no other means of contacting you, so I bought Path of Exile 2 early access just for this. Please pay your child support. Thank you, Elon. So yeah,
Oh.
like genuinely, like he, I'm looking at it right now. That's embarrassing. I'm not gonna lie. That's unfortunate. I He got it down below half health though.
Below half health. Really?
Yeah, yeah,
Really?
yeah. But he got trolled and bullied. As
As one
anybody
does.
starting out in the gaming
Mhm.
world, you will absolutely that's a hey, welcome to the internet type situation. Um,
I miss
that was it.
I'm
That
not
was
gonna
all.
lie. I'm not gonna lie. I kind of miss the old days of the internet with like old Call of Duties and stuff like that, where like I miss old days of video. Ooh, excuse me. Sorry. I miss old days of video gaming
All
where
right, Grandpa, I get. It. Yeah, you missed the back in your day.
but like Modern Warfare 2 lobbies, Modern Warfare 3 lobbies, Black Ops lobbies, where you could literally just start talking shit and screaming, and like you had to wait for like there was no waiting for your mic to go through. Everybody's mics were just active as once, and it was just a YouTube poop of shit talking, and it was great, and I missed
You
it.
know, I'm about 90% sure a Call of Duty or Modern Warfare lobby is where I lost all of my fucks, especially once they found out I was a female gamer. Man, I had to be mouthy as hell.
You had to fight for your fucking life. If they
Oh
even
my
detected,
god.
hey, as a caramel individual,
Let me
You were
guess.
trust me.
probably one shit talking
No, no,
squeaker.
no, no, no,
Oh,
no. Hold
no,
on,
no, no,
hold on,
no,
hold
no,
on, no,
hold
no.
on.
Wait. They probably heard his smoke detector go off.
No,
Jesus
that was
Christ.
Jesus Christ. No. However, as soon as they figured out that I was not white, they absolutely started coming for me. And it's like you had to fucking fight for your life. You're just for the right to sit at the same fucking table, essentially. And you know what? That's what Ford that it was either make or break. You either rose to the top and survived, or you were fucking brought down and you left the lobby. You never. There was no in
Well,
between.
I'll
There's no
tell you
peace
this.
there.
I'll tell you one thing about Godfather. Do
Mm,
not ever play a first person shooter with that man.
no, you mean the guy that just camps in
I
the corner
know.
with a shotgun?
Yes. See,
Yes.
the thing is, he camps a lot. Depending on the type, the title, I can absolutely counter him. The thing I can't counter though is a fucking target finder LSAT shooting through the walls in Nuketown. That's what I can't counter. I can't counter that. That is all.
He's also known for spawn camping.
He will
He
try.
used to he used to spawn camp our children when they were little just to watch him get pissed off.
Oh, yeah. And then if we killed him, we got grounded. Because he would tell us, adapt and overcome. If you spawn in me, just get your licks.
He's not wrong. Like
Horseshit.
on paper,
He
No, no, no.
on paper.
Horseshit. Bullshit. 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 That is absolute horseshit. Especially when we were playing against robots in fucking Nuketown, and the only spawn that was available was fucking Greenside Backyard Garden, and he's sitting right behind the damn fucking bunker with the fucking LMG extended mag, so he didn't have
See,
to reload. So he
the
would
thing
wait
is,
for us to
the
respawn,
thing
and we
is,
couldn't fight him. And he said, "You couldn't throw a flash, you couldn't throw a concussion, you couldn't do anything to like stop him
he
from
called
shooting
it
you."
character building.
Yeah.
it is character. He's right. Again, you either had to adapt to the situation or fucking suffer.
No,
And here's
it
what you
was
should have
he
done.
got his
As
lick.
soon as you
No,
spawn in,
no,
as soon as
bullshit.
you're spawning in,
What was
crouch
the
button,
ratio
or
with
you
it?
go prone, and then you go from there. You use your brain, boy.
I
You
couldn't
gotta
shoot
adapt.
him. I
You
couldn't throw
don't
a
need to shoot.
flash. I
You
couldn't
have to go
throw it
prone
fast.
first.
No,
You
you
go prone
can't.
first.
You had to fucking
Oh
dead
shit.
sprint for the fucking. You had to dead sprint for the house and hope you got inside before he was able to have his fucking
And this was on what,
Amos
Black Ops 2?
Black Ops 1.
Black Ops 1. Okay. So unironically, the easiest way, holy shit, the easiest way, there is such a way to counter that. That's
Oh, you mean
not even funny.
You try to throw smoke down, but he's got a thermal on that as well?
No, not even a thermal. You just have the explosive crossbow. You're fine. Why are you looking at me like that?
What do you mean? If I
If you
can't
have,
shoot at
if
him,
you hold on, if you are able to sprint out of the spawn area, you have time to shoot at him. So use explosives.
no, I couldn't shoot at him because if I
You
shot at
couldn't.
him, he
You
would
couldn't.
ground me
He
and I
would.
wasn't allowed to play with him anymore.
No,
No, no, no,
so
no.
the problem
You
was
take that lump. You take that lump as you beat him. That's you winning. You win. You win. You get grounded. When you do it again,
I'm sorry.
you
The only times
what?
we
Go ahead.
ever really played without because I had to go to my mom and be like, "Hey, look, he's doing this. Step in." And she would step in. So then he learned that if he only played video games with the kids when she wasn't home, he didn't have to abide by the rules.
See, and that's when you don't abide by the rules. Yes, would you get in trouble from a parental standpoint? Absolutely, but you know at the end of the day that is the only trump card he has against you because you're better than him in the
I am
skill
about
department.
100% sure that if he would have grounded you and you would have gone to your mom, she would have been like,
I was 8 years old. I was afraid of being grounded. What do you want from me?"
You should have been built different. I was never afraid of grounded. My mom had to fight me in order to discipline
Your mom
me.
had to
She
beat
had
the
to
shit
throw
out of you.
hands, man.
Your mom had
She
to
had
beat
to
the
throw
shit out of you.
Godfather absolutely personifies that meme that's around that says, I love my kids, but I don't love my kids enough to let them beat me at Mario Kart.
Oh no, yeah. But
One
hold
of
on.
the things that was discussed on Saturday is Mario Kart related, and that is starting a Patreon to live stream Mario Kart Fridays.
That would be great. That would be great. But there's some other news I want to cover real quick because this is something that is
Yeah.
very important. For all our GTA players out there, be very careful logging in from now until whenever Rockstar finally says, "Hey, we fixed it." There are modders that are going after accounts that are um um getting you detected for cheating where they give you like level 8,000 and they give you
Mm-hmm.
$1 trillion and then you will get detected because I've seen multiple creators who like host like car meets and stuff on just normal GTA, not 5M or anything like that, right? So they will do that. They'll be kicked. They'll join back in, and it'll say Rockstar has awarded you with X amount of RP, and then they load in. It says they're level 8,000. They're like, oh my god, what's going on? And then they'll get kicked again. They'll load back in, and it says Rockstar has granted you $1 trillion. And then they'll look at their bank account. They've got the money. They've got the rank. And then 5 minutes later, they get into bad sport, and then they're banned. They get put into bad sport, and then they're banned. So and they're not just and these modders aren't just going after creators, they're going after normal accounts too. So if you have a account on GTA online, I would not go anywhere near it as of right now if you don't want
I would recommend not playing GTA Online anyway until GTA 6 comes out. There are better games out right now.
There are
Use your
games
time
that
more
have
wisely.
that there are newer games out right now that are infinitely better.
I mean,
Oh, yeah.
yeah, I understand that, but again, there are people that actually still enjoy playing GTA online. So I felt like that needed to be said because well, this is something that can really ruin the experience because who knows, maybe that ban will transfer over to GTA 6. So I felt like that needed to be said just because of what's going on and not gonna lie, I'm kind of afraid to log into GTA 5 myself.
I wouldn't just
Well,
don't.
if you're playing
I
5M,
mean,
it doesn't matter for you.
you play like 30 other games. Why is like
Because
does
I
this
still
I might get banned. Now
because
I'm
I
gonna go
still
play.
because I still play GTA 5 with my girlfriend. And her and I
Yeah.
thoroughly enjoy playing it together, so it's one of those like
she thoroughly enjoys
Also,
blowing your ass up.
you can also just negate that by starting your own private session, like
It
as you're
doesn't.
logging in.
No, it doesn't matter. Private session or not, they are in. They are actually inside the server right now, just giving it to people.
So it's not a fact of playing the game. You cannot be playing it and they can still strike your account, is what you're
Yeah.
telling me. So it doesn't matter if you're playing it
So
or
in
not.
other
So
Hold
words,
on. Hold on.
might as well
Rockstar's
play
been
it.
hacked.
Hold
Yeah.
on. But here's the thing: is you don't know if you've gotten it, if it's happened to you yet until you log in.
But my point again, whether or not you know it's happening or not, doesn't negate the fact that your account's going to get banned regardless. You might as well enjoy playing it while you can. Then at that point, is what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all I'm taking away from it. Enjoy your time with it now because it's limited, essentially.
Hmm. Yeah, I will say that. Consider, and the only thing is like, and this is my way of thinking about it, and I know this is probably a lot of other people's way of thinking about it. I have over 50 days logged in online in GTA Online. Being having that happen and having my account banned, I'm not
Well,
gonna
has
lie, I feel
Rockstar released anything about unbanning these and just taking everything away, or they just
No,
no,
Rockstar never unbans people.
no. They haven't released a statement. They haven't released anything like this.
I
This
mean,
is
Rockstar
news.
clearly.
This is brand new as of like Sunday. So they might be in the works of working on something. I don't know. I haven't seen any like press release from Rockstar yet. But no, if you get banned, you have to go through the appeal process, and more times than not, I'm pretty sure they have an AI looking over the appeal process
More than likely.
and just saying ban rejected, whatever. And they're not actually taking the time to look at it and say, "Oh, this is what happened."
Well, I mean, there's always ways and different ways and support and phone numbers. And I mean, you might have to go old school to get it done, but
Well,
and will it take work? Absolutely.
I
You're
remember.
going to have to do your research? Absolutely. But
No,
if
no,
you are
no. Hold
that
on.
into GTA and want to get your shit back, that's what you're going to have to do.
Well, and I've had to go through the customer service once with GTA Online because I remember back in the PS3 days, I was in the lobby with a modder, a griefer modder, and they said if you leave the lobby, they texted everybody in the lobby and say if you leave the lobby, we're going to bounce you back to level 1 and take all your stuff. You know, so we were getting griefed nonstop by these modders, and I was like, you know what? I don't care. I'm leaving. I logged off for the day. I came back the next day. I was level 1. All I had was a BMX bike. I had to. I called up Rockstar and I told them, hey, I was level 75. I was, you know, I had just gotten access, and Chungus will snicker when I say this, but I had just gotten it. This was before the heist came out, and I had just gotten access to Rooftop Rumble. The biggest way to make money in GTA Online, once you hit level 75, you pretty much money printer at that point.
Yeah.
But I had just hit level 75. I'd gotten access to the level, and I was. It took me almost 12 hours of being on hold and getting volleyed back and forth
Absolutely.
between customer support and being like, "Look, I just want my stuff back."
It's not easy, and it's not easy in any point to go through customer service on anything, anywhere, anytime. Customer service is non-existent. It doesn't work. It is what it is. You are going to have to put in the time. Now, if this happens to you, is it worth the time? Is it not worth the time? That is a decision that you're solely going to have to make on your own, or just stay the hell off the game, or are they randomly doing this to accounts that are even offline? I mean, we don't know that because those people haven't logged back in how long. So I mean, if I log in today, hell, I might have everything. We don't until Rockstar. Yes, I would say stay offline. We're gonna have to wait for Rockstar to release something and say, look, we got hacked, our bad, we found the code, we did everything, we did this, we did that, you're shit out of luck. I mean, this is definitely a hack if they're in there doing this so successfully. Maybe Rockstar needs to
I'm
invest in
looking on.
cybersecurity before GTA 6.
I'm looking on their Rockstar support and stuff right now, and I don't see anything. They don't have anything on Rockstar support, and they don't have anything on Rockstar Games. The last thing that they talked about was um a featured series of on RDO.
I'm fairly certain that Rockstar is currently in disaster mode. You're not going to hear anything out of them because they have been taken over. Honestly, they have been taken over. So you're not going to hear anything out of them until all of this gets taken care of. When is that going to be? I mean, nobody knows. Who has perpetrated this attack? Nobody knows. They need to get their cybersecurity specialists out there and trying to find these people, and who knows how many firewalls and VPNs they could be hiding behind. Nobody knows. So we're just going to have to give it time. Stay off GTA 5, no matter how much it makes you want to do it, until you find out it's been resolved. And quite frankly, it could be another developer that has launched this. I mean, nobody knows what's going on.
Yeah, that's a fair assumption to make.
Because this is going to be super detrimental to Rockstar. Not only are they going to be losing a fuck ton of players, but they're also going to lose confidence. With a new game coming out, that's going to be the biggest thing is they're going to lose confidence from the consumer and the ability to safeguard their stuff. Just like, I mean, just like there's been Shein Temu. People don't order from there because it's not secure, no matter how much they try to say it is. So I mean, they're gonna if they don't resolve this quick, fast, and in a hurry, they're gonna lose consumer confidence. They're going to lose subscribers. They're going to lose players, and then because of all of this, they're going to start losing money.
Yeah, but it just I'm surprised. Honestly, with how close they are getting to GTA 6, I'll be very surprised if they actually do something about it, though.
But they're going to have to because they're going to have to find out who's in their servers.
Yeah.
Somebody's in their servers. Somebody has access. I mean, it is a clearly defined hack in knowing that I do we know if they're hitting offline? Do they know what they're hitting? I mean, are they going into lobbies and picking the names out of lobbies and doing it that way? Or are they actually in the servers fucking with people?
Yeah, and that's the biggest thing right now. And I got to look more into it, but this is what came across this is something that came across my feed, and I was like, this is something that really needs to be talked about because this is something that, like, again, a lot of people who have spent lots of time on GTA Online, considering it is a 12-year-old game, is gonna have.
It's a 12-year-old game that is getting ready to have a highly anticipated next game released. So there is a lot of advantages for people to want to take out Rockstar. There's because there the other thing is all the hype and hubbub about GTA 6 is bringing people back to GTA 5.
Well, and this is the other thing that really, like, Rockstar's got something going on in this sense of people are rather. I know the last person to leak something in GTA 6 got prison time, but why are we getting more hacking on GTA Online instead of GTA 6 leaks? Like, Rockstar's got something all set up, just got something going on
And
where.
that could be too, and Rockstar could be their own offender, to be frank. I mean, and it could be because it's bringing them press. People are talking about it. We're sitting here talking about it. How many others are sitting here doing the same thing? How many messages were sent to people saying, "Oh, did you see what's going on at Rockstar?" How many TikToks? How many reels? How much of this Rockstar is on the tip of everybody's tongue right now? No, 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 no. This is what's happening. You can't do that. Don't do that. Well, I mean, it's Rockstar. It's press is press. No matter bad press is still press.
Yeah, that's fair.
I mean, how many people do you think have heard about this and ran and logged in just to see if it's real?
I mean, yeah, that's also fair. Because we don't know how many people. But I feel like also with people with, because I believe it's an offline thing too, where they're taking names of people that are offline and doing it to people to them as well. I wonder how many people are actually like staying away from GTA because they're afraid of being banned.
But I mean, I'm sure that there are the ones that are doing that, but I'm sure there's also a fair amount of people who are logging in just to see if it's real.
Yeah.
I mean, somebody's going to be like, and I hope none of you, let me disclaimer now, nobody do this. Nobody do this. Nobody sit here and go, "Oh, that can't be happening. Let's go check. Let's go check." Because the even if it is a rumor, even if this isn't happening, even though it's been widely broadcasted, don't take the chance. If your ass gets banned, you deserve it.
Anything else? Anybody got anything to talk about?
No, as you've been talking about this, I've been trying to look a little deeper into it, and as of now, people are starting to assume that it's just Rockstar, you know, offering up a problem and selling the solution GTA 6 type dealio. I will say this is happening on the enhanced and expanded edition of GTA 5, not the
So
regular
this
edition.
is what's the isn't the enhanced
This is like the
expanded
PS.
edition?
This is the PS5 Xbox
Yeah,
Series X version.
that's what I
Yeah,
thought it was.
yeah, the newest updated version of GTA 5. This is where that problem is at.
So like if you were to play on the GTA 4 edition of
It's using
Xbox,
it wouldn't matter. It's going through your social club. If your social club's linked, it doesn't matter.
so that's why they have.
It is mainly on the it's more of a social club issue. So it is definitely a Rockstar security issue. Um,
Well, if it's a Rockstar security issue, then it's going to either, if they're the ones perpetuating it, then they got to get it fixed, or
Fuck, I
they
think it
could
did
be.
happen to me because my 5M is connected to my social club, and every single time I log into 5M, it shows that every single server for me is offline.
Oh, I mean, I would, if I were you, I would wait to see the next couple of days if there's a solution. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, there's no. I would maybe email Rockstar, go through customer service, see what you can find out.
I'm
But
gonna I'm gonna figure that out. I might log into PS5 just to confirm my
I'm
suspicions.
no, sir, do not do that. I just got done giving everybody a warning not to pull that shit. And here you are, the first one that's getting ready to. Do not log in until there's a solution.
But here's the thing: is if I can log in and it pops up with that stuff saying, "Hey, I was gifted this by Rockstar," I can then take a screenshot of it or take a snapshot on my phone, and then when I email Rockstar, be like, "Hey, look, this is what happened. I didn't do this. Can you please revert this?" But
I just got done saying that.
I know what you said. But again, I'll have to wait. I'll have to wait and see.
Maybe you would consider, instead of freaking out and going, oh my god, all my shit's gone, which is exactly what you're doing right now, and you have no idea, but you know this problem exists. How about you email Rockstar and ask for a clarification? Am I banned or am I not? I have not ever logged in. You can check my actual logs from this area. I will not have logged in at any place else but from this area. And then maybe you could be part of the solution. Because if they can find a login from a different region, they could begin to track it.
Yeah, that's fair. But I don't really have anything else to talk about. Oh, I do. I've got one more thing to talk about. Switch 2.
What's that?
The Nintendo Switch 2.
Mm-hmm.
Did you guys cover that at all Saturday?
Yep.
Okay.
On and off the rails, yeah.
Here's my 2 cents on it. I do not think a game like Mario Kart should cost $80.
Nope.
I do not think a physical copy, any Nintendo physical copy, should cost $90. I do not believe, and this is just me. I do not believe that the Switch 2 should cost $450.
I mean, it's on par with other consoles, and
But
Yeah, that are
you gotta
10.
you
It's on
gotta
par
kind
with
of look
consoles
at
from
that.
10 years ago, though. It's
Yeah.
similar to the Xbox One, not the
Yeah,
Xbox Series
yeah,
X.
it is, but
It's a handheld. Even the Steam Deck, which is a handheld, you can play PC games on the Steam Deck, and it runs better than the Switch. I will say, there's not much of an excuse besides their exclusives. If you're getting their exclusives, that's
and
fine. That's all
people
right. If
and
third-party games are made for the Switch, that's fine. That's all right.
I mean, they
Nintendo
have to
fa-
cover the cost of
only
their new world at Universal.
the only reason that they are getting away with this is
Yeah.
because Nintendo fanboys will lick the corporate boot of Nintendo.
Godfather.
Godfather. Yep. There's no.
Like
I
I
mean,
considered, I'm on the fence of like, oh, should I get one? It has a Dark Souls game on it, and it's like no, because it'll come
almost
it'll
$600 for no, because they
yeah
said it's going to
yeah
be
yeah.
Nintendo exclusive. They've already said it's going to be Nintendo exclusive, and it's going to be stuck behind getting a Nintendo Switch 2. It's going to be stuck behind the paywall of buying a new system just to play the new Souls Light game.
I guarantee you, Godfather will get one, and there'll be plenty of time that he does not use his Switch. I mean, honestly, how many other than Mario
And also
Kart
it
and
might
now
it
Civilization that I begged for
well
because
you can get that on PC. That's not
right, you can get that on
yeah.
PC, and I have Civ on my PC, but I also run a Mac, so Civ
Yeah.
goes.
That's your first problem.
I
You
will
got a
say
Mac.
Well,
I will
yeah,
say
but
the
you see, I'm creative, so I like to play on a bunch of different things that for
Plug your
drawing and
Microsoft
art
Paint.
and motherfucker.
But
I
no.
was going to state that the Switch might be more depending on how certain political situations pan
Well,
out. Um,
not even that. It's the one thing I will give to Nintendo is they know how they're going to deal with the scalper problem, because
Mhm.
they've already said they're
Yeah, they've
going.
done well.
They said that they're going to market first people to go to market to get the Nintendo Switch are uh, people with Nintendo memberships, Nintendo Plus, Nintendo Premium, whatever it is. Those are the people that are gonna get access to the market of the Switch 2 first.
The conversation has already been had with Godfather that he's like begging for that email. I do not see I personally have not okay, so I am definitely the asshole, and I have no problems being the asshole when it comes to next gen consoles. I have never in any console that we've ever had, I have never ever allowed it to be bought prior to an exclusive game that is you've been looking forward to, or it has to be a next gen game, like drop dead next gen.
And this is like the only game that very much the only game that I want to play off of the Switch 2 is the new Mario Kart. And again, I don't see the reason for dropping $450 for a brand new console just for one game.
I mean, no, no. I mean, we've got Mario Kart, Mario just fine.
Even then, can't you get it on PC?
Oh, yes, swear to God, if you don't knock it off, come here. You want levies? Oh,
You said
Christ.
Chungus, can't you get Mario Kart on PC?
no,
No? So, okay, so
not in the traditional sense. There's a bit of a not legally,
not legally.
not legally.
Okay, but
I'll just
still,
say that.
getting a Switch just for one game, there's no
Not
reason
to
for that.
mention, we just bought a few games for that stupid thing. I do not. I mean, is it even backwards compatible? No,
No,
you got to pay
not all of them.
$30 to get them
Well,
up.
not even that.
No.
Not all the games are backwards compatible. There are only certain games that you can enhance and upgrade to the
Nintendo
Switch
can
2.
go fuck themselves. No, there will not be a Switch 2 around here. No.
Unless he buys it behind your back. Or says,
Yeah.
God damn it, it's my money, I'm getting it.
You'll just get one in California.
He would do that. Yeah. No, because he'll be home. The release date. Well, the release date is the day prior to when he's supposed to be home. So
Yeah, but if he also gets a pre-order, you know, he can just order it while he's there. Not trying to aid him in this. I'm just stating. You know,
you're trying to get him in trouble, and I see
he's gonna get
exactly where this
he's
is
gonna get
going.
himself in
himself. He's gonna get himself in trouble.
He's gonna get
There's no
himself in
help
trouble
he
because
needed.
he's gonna be like, he's like a junkie. Let's just be honest. When it comes
He's
to
overly spoiled, and that's my fault.
when it comes to no, that has to do with my grandmother as well. But he's like,
And then there's that.
he's a junkie when it comes to anything Nintendo because I can see him right now. He's gonna see the Switch 2 in the window and he's gonna go, I need my fix.
See, the thing is,
And the
I
reason
I
why
can
is
justify.
because Nintendo, PlayStation. I mean, he's the same. To be totally honest with you, he's the same way with the PlayStations.
No, he's the same way with the damn Xbox. What do you mean?
Now that's your fault. You're the one that brought the damn Xbox in the house.
It's supposed to be my damn Xbox, and he's the one.
That's not my
taking it.
problem. You're the one that allowed it. You're the one that put it on the main TV. That's on you, Ubu.
Yeah,
I'll
because
just state,
I was being
legitimately.
at first, I was being nice and being like, "Hey, look, let's open up his." He is a very close-minded individual when it comes to
Absolutely.
things, and I was like, "Hey,
Absolutely.
maybe if I show him that, hey, you know, your favorite developers are becoming console exclusive. Maybe you might want to jump over to this console." And then he found his beloved Starfield, and I can't get rid of the damn game on my fucking Xbox.
How about
Well, here's the
this?
thing. Here's the thing, though. He can play it on his laptop, so you
I
absolutely
was
could.
just about to say, how about this? How about when he comes home, you can guide the boomer into doing everything on his PC, and you guys will be fine. You'll have your Xbox back because you know damn good and well I'm not playing. I am.
Oh
He's
shit.
what?
Something I'll tell you after stream.
Also, I just wanted to mention the buying a console for a single game is a real thing if it's affordable to a certain degree. Like with the first Switch, I bought the Switch just for Legend of Zelda. Just for that Legend of Zelda
There's more
game.
than one Legend of Zelda that came out on that console.
For the Switch, specifically.
Again, there's more than
There's
one Legend of Zelda that came out on
Right.
the Switch.
There was but
You
you
got
bought it at the
Breath
time.
of the Wild,
And
Breath
that's
of the
Tears
so
of the Kingdom.
specifically speaking, because it was a launch title, it's reason to assume that I'm talking about Breath of the Wild, the game that sold the Switch.
Yeah,
Mhm.
but again, The only game right now that is coming out with launch is Mario Kart 9 or Mario Kart World, whatever the hell they're calling it.
Which is exactly why Godfather wants it, because that man is a god.
Exactly. It's like
But see, that's
It's
I
more than
don't
just
know if
that.
his
There's
little battle
hold on.
buddy is
I want
ever
to.
watches this. Is the battle buddy watching this? Thank you for, because I mean before that he never even blinked
I
twice
would like
at
to. I would
Switch.
like to correct a incorrect assumption from Fireball. Mario Kart World, Legend of Zelda, Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom, all the GameCube games. Well, not
okay.
all of them. Sorry, I'm
Talking
specifying.
about talking about the Legend of Zelda though, you have to upgrade. Why do I have to?
No,
That
those are release
hold on.
titles.
To say this, these are launch titles, but also no matter what, you have to pay for them, right? A
Right.
launch title you have to pay for. You don't just unless there's a special edition that you buy of, which is more expensive than just buying the console itself and then the
Right.
game.
But what I'm saying
Still,
though is, you get the just hypothetically here, okay? You buy a Switch
mm-hmm,
2,
mm-hmm.
then you have to spend the $80 for Mario Kart, or if you own Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom already, you have to drop an additional $60 to get both Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom upgraded.
Okay, so since he's bitching so much, if you manage to find my TikTok, I do believe there might be a video of Fireball opening a next gen console for Christmas on my TikTok.
Oh,
May
okay.
the odds ever.
Fallout 4 back in
And
2015.
and
That was back when games were 60 fucking dollars and a console would go for about 450, 500.
500. Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah,
I mean, yeah.
actually, I think I paid $250 for it. Why do you think I balked so hard at the five? I mean, I paid
Again,
$500 for the five.
again,
Oh, hold
still
on.
making hold on,
Again,
still making my point is the Switch 2 is 10 is
you
the
should look more into what you're talking about. It's $10 for the upgrade for those games. That is if you don't have the Nintendo Switch Online membership, because it's free if you have that. And if you're getting a Switch, most people have that due to the fact of they like playing all of the old Nintendo games,
I
all the
mean,
old
that's what
like
I play.
retro games. So legitimately, most
okay.
people do have that membership. So that's
Okay. The last time I
It
heard
was
about the
it was
upgrade packs,
originally reported. Hold on, it was originally reported that it was $30.
yeah, that's
So
what
they
I was
may
going.
have changed that.
They may have changed that, but I was going off of original reporting.
Yeah, original reporting was $30.
$30 for an
But
upgrade key.
we're kind of getting off the rails a little bit, and it is time to wrap it up.
I got cut off though before what I was gonna say. But you made my point exactly, talking about how you bought the console for 250, you bought the game for 60.
Right.
That was still what, $310? Switch 2
I
alone.
I do believe Switch regular was 250 if I remember correctly. 250,
about 300
350.
bucks. About 300.
Yeah, it was closer to 300. And then the PS5 was almost 500 if I remember correctly.
But again, you're sitting here talking about, when I was wanting when we I opened up a Christmas gift of a next gen console being the PS4 back in what, 2015, 2014.
Okay.
You spent 250 on that console. You spent
Mhm.
$60 for that game.
Mhm.
Alone that went up to 310.
She didn't
Mhm.
buy the console at launch price though. That is the thing you are omitting. Is that the
I
PS4
did not.
came out in
I did
2013. So a
right.
year and a half, 2 years after the fact is when you got the console.
Right.
It's reduced down in price. So that'd have been a $400-500 console.
No, actually, I'm gonna refute that because the PS4 never really dropped in price. It might have dropped $30-40 in price, but it really, and I bought it on Black Friday. So I mean,
The PS4 costs $400 at launch.
okay, so if I remember, like I said, I bought it at Black Friday. So
Yeah.
yeah, so that would be correct. I got it at a Black Friday special. If I remember correctly, you can go talk to my mom, but we were beating people at Best Buy to get that.
I remember because the little old lady
Uh-huh.
tried taking it out of your cart and you had to fight her for it.
No, no, no. That was the Easy Bake Oven I bought your sister.
Oh. But back to what I
No,
was.
this was that Black Friday fiasco was a bong dude that I beat for
But again,
and then got in trouble for
you
it, and I
don't.
don't care.
And this is something. This is another tangent I could go off and do, but I'm gonna make it quick. You don't get Black Friday sales like you used to back
Oh
in the day.
no, but that's like a whole different podcast. I would be more than happy to approach that topic with you, but
Like
that is not a Nomad Gamers topic.
I get your assertion of the it's ridiculous the pricing because it is to a degree. For the Switch specifically, yeah,
The Switch
the
2,
the base price of it
like
itself
But
is
like you
ridiculous.
said, the
But
But
Switch 2 is
hold on,
10 years.
hold on, wait. You guys keep saying that the Switch 2 is a handheld.
It is.
yes,
Correct.
it is.
It is a handheld. But it is also a handheld with a dock that does make it capable to be being a multiplayer
And I'm not.
device as well.
But
So
that's
it has it's not it is a console and a handheld built into one.
But
As
that's not
bad
what
as
I'm
it
trying
may
to go off
be,
of. I'm trying to go off the fact that you guys, like Chungus even brought to my attention, the Switch 2 is still 10 years behind the curve of a normal console.
that's yes, absolutely.
So it should not cost
Absolutely. So
$450.
10 years ago at launch, the PS4 was $400.
But games were also $60.
Not 80 to 90.
Yeah, not 80
And I do not agree with the price of games. But we've been sitting here arguing about the price of the console.
I do agree in the fact that there are game prices that should be dynamic. I do agree with that. There are some games that should be 40, there are some games that should be 80. But they're like setting a standard of having a game at each game at $80 or $90 or $100. That should not be something that happens right now.
Okay, so if we wanna sit here and bark about it being behind, so behind and everything else, let me ask you a question. How much would you have paid for a PS4 and a PSP?
PSP.
PlayStation
PlayStation
Portable.
Portable.
I know what a PSP is. For me to play for a PS4,
600 total. That's including both of them.
So 600 total. So if you went with the Sony option at 10 years ago, where we're talking about
didn't the
similar
PSP
no
come
no
out
no
in
wait,
2005?
let me finish.
Yes,
We're
but
talking
that's not my
about
point.
similar like technology, right? So we're
Mm-hmm.
talking about a handheld and a console, which is a two-in-one that the Switch gives, but you had to buy them both. And 10 years ago, it would have cost you $600. So why don't we go up and ask the Google on how much $600 in 2015 compared to now is?
Well, in 2024, $600 is equivalent to $930 adjusted for inflation. Almost $1,000 for the PlayStation 3 alone. By the way, sorry.
This is the thing that I will say, and we have always said this. Nintendo has a chokehold on the handheld market,
Yes, they always have. Game
and
Boy, all of them.
the PSP was a failed project. The Xbox didn't Xbox have the same thing almost? No. Okay. The
Not to my
PSP
knowledge. They are working on a handheld, but to my knowledge, they don't have
was
one
a
yet.
failed project.
I think
Again,
that
if I could get my hands on a
the
PSP, that would be great, and I would really enjoy a PSP because I had a lot of fun with it when I was playing on my friend's PSP. But the PSP was a failed project. Nobody wants to buy a PSP. A PSP is like the only reason you'd want a
right, but
PSP
I'm
right
just
now is
saying. I mean,
for
even if
collector
you would
value.
go Wii and DS, if you would compare the price of Wii to DS, so that's the one thing that Nintendo has successfully done is they have combined the console and the handheld
Right.
into one.
And even then, a DS didn't cost that much.
DS is like $150.
Yeah, and it wasn't. And the DS also it was very popular, but it didn't have the same power that a PSP had. But
No,
that's not the
but
point. It's what was on it that mattered was the
right.
games that were on it. Yeah.
Right.
But
But that was also the handheld, and there really has never been a decent handheld other than a Nintendo item. And as somebody who had children at that time, who was also a gamer, My kids had DSs. Why? Because when I wanted to play a video game, I handed them their DSs and told them to sit down and shut up and let mommy kill some people.
For me, the success of the PSP boils down to like a crucial factor, especially back in the early 2000s, which was marketing. Word of mouth was what sold things, and if you weren't hearing about it, you just weren't going to hear
So,
about
I mean, again, I'm going to date myself. It's not like I don't do it many times, podcasts, but I still, for the life of me, can't figure out how Sega went under, because when the Sega was out, that was the game system to have. Everybody had a Nintendo, but not everybody had a Sega, and that might be why they went under. Is because, the people that had Segas were the ones that were rich, and they did it all, and everybody had a Nintendo.
Well, see, the thing is, like, Sega was a competitor for the longest time because they did make quality items and products, but for they just didn't have the same resources that Nintendo did,
No.
or even
But again,
Microsoft.
like I
So,
just said, they didn't hold the same market share. Everybody
no.
had a Nintendo, and the ones that had Sega were the rich folks.
Mm-hmm.
But we do have to wrap it up.
Yeah.
So, Fireball, send us out.
You want to give me the screen?
Oops, that's the wrong person.
That's you. All right.
It is.
Gotta make it quick because we went way over. We started a little bit late because I didn't get to bed till late today. As you guys all know, I do work third shift. I did not stream today. Had a rough day. We pushed back streaming tomorrow. I don't know if you guys saw my announcement or not on that. So I will be streaming tomorrow, Wednesday, the 9th. Um, Other than that, I don't really have anything going on right now. My personal life's going to be getting very busy, so I'm going to have to try to find time to be able to come in and stream and do the podcast, but that's for a later date.
Aye. Update on schedule of postings. Still looking at the 11th to the 12th, either the Friday or Saturday for the posting of the Schedule 1 video. That's really all I have. I'm going to send it over to our producer.
I actually have a lot of things in the works. I'm more of the behind the scenes and only filling in right now because of Godfather. I have been thoroughly thinking about taking everybody on a tour of this magical Minecraft world we keep talking about. But before that, I am working on a few things with the guys. There will be some new stuff happening once Godfather gets back from his little vacation. Just keep staying tuned, like and subscribe, keep following, and we will make sure we get some new stuff out to you.
Man, that was the fastest I think thoughts around the Shire we ever had.
I know, surprisingly,
That's
you
because
weren't
for a change,
long-winded.
you weren't long-winded.
Yeah.
With that being said, thank you guys for watching Nomad Gamers podcast. You know who I am. I don't need to tell you. I'm signing out.
This is Kaiser Chungus. Ciao.
Kaiser Chungus Chow, how adorable. This is Sweet Kitty Pie. We'll see you around the Shire.
Jackass.